Hi, I'm Amber Marshall. Please join me today for the Royal Bread Bake-Off. Today we're going to be making something special. This is a honey and milk loaf, and I'm sure that it's going to please your taste buds just as much as the process. Now there's some things here that you might already have in your cupboard. We're going to be using some honey, butter, salt, flour of course, a little bit of olive oil, and if you want to make it a little different, I'm using some sesame seeds and some sunflower seeds today. One thing you might not have in your cupboard these days is yeast. It is hard to come by, but luckily I was able to get my hands on some, a very important part in making bread. Now the one ingredient I don't have here right now is fresh whole milk, but luckily I happen to have a Jersey cow on my farm. So bear with me, I'm gonna go get the freshest ingredients to make the best bread out there. So then we move outside and get some extra fresh milk straight from the cow. Now I know all of you don't have this option, but if you do, it's going to make your bread even better. And once you've got your fresh bucket of milk, head back inside and move on to the next step. Now once you have your fresh milk, you're going to want to heat it so that it's 110 degrees before you add it to your yeast mixture. I just slowly heat it on the stove, but you do not want this to boil. So make sure that you have a kitchen thermometer on hand and just keep checking the temperature of your milk, and you can add it to your yeast mixture when it's about 110 to 115 degrees. So once your milk has reached 110 degrees, you want to add it to the active yeast. So I pour my yeast in, and my milk a little bit at a time. You want to make sure you're whisking it all together. Okay, once combined, we can start moving on to our next ingredients. I have everything pre-measured here, except of course for my honey. So you're going to be adding your melted butter, and a third cup of honey. Make sure your honey is nice and gooey and melted as well. When we use local honey, sometimes it crystallizes over time because there's no preservatives in it. So you just pop it in the microwave or on the stove and warm it up a little bit. And this is going to give your bread a nice sweetness. Start up my mixture. Start it on a medium speed so that we don't get any splashing. And before you work with any flour, make sure you wear an apron. So I'm lucky to have this KitchenAid mixer because it really saves my hands, that's for sure. And as these ingredients are being combined, I want to put in my salt. More honey because it wasn't quite a third cup. I love honey, and it's nice to be able to get local raw honey. Another thing that I found out recently is that if you're suffering from allergies, seasonal allergies from the flour and pollen in the area, if you get local honey, it can help actually with those seasonal allergies, so that's kind of neat. So we want to make sure that we've got a nice flour base so that our dough does not stick to our work area. I also have some olive oil here, which once you have kneaded your bread, you want to line whatever bowl you're using for your bread to rise, just so that it doesn't get too sticky. So now on to our flour. We want to add about 5 cups. This is 8.5 cups of flour right now, so you don't want to add it all at once. I'm going to turn off my mixer. I'm going to add, this is around 2 cups. Another 2, and I'll do 1 more. Down there. Now you want to add not all of into a nice soft dough. So I'm going to put in a bit here, saving a little bit. This up. You know, this takes you back to when you used to play with Play-Doh. It's always a fun time. You want to make sure that you're really getting this bread so that it's all combined. And your excess flour will just kind of absorb in there. And now everybody has their own bread making technique, but basically you just want to be putting the pressure into the bread and folding it so that it really is all activated in there, and you want to soften it. So after 6 to 8 minutes of kneading the bread, then you want to place it in a greased bowl. So that's why I have my olive oil. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this in my bowl. So once your bowl has been greased, then you want to place your dough mixture in there, turning it over once so that it's fully covered in the oil. Now you want to keep your bowl in a warm area and make sure that it's covered. I like to use shower caps because they're very handy and easy and reusable, so I use these quite often. So place this in a nice warm area and let it rise for 1 full hour. We'll see you back soon. We have let our bread rise a full hour, and now we want to punch it back down so that we can just let it rise again. I'm gonna put a little bit of olive oil in. Both these ones. Again, use my fingers and spread this around. So now I want to split this dough. Most people have like a fancy pizza cutter tool. I'm just using my hands. That's okay too. So now we have 2 loaves. So we're making 2 loaves of bread. And these are going to rise up again for another half an hour. So we've let it rise once already for 1 hour. Then I punched it back down. Now I'm just trying to join this as much as possible into a pretty little loaf here. Make this somewhat nice looking. We're going to set this in our pan and cover. And we'll place this in a nice warm spot and let it rise up for another 30 minutes. So half an hour has passed and I have let my bread rise yet again, and it's starting to look a lot more bread-like. I preheated my oven to 350 degrees, and so it is hopefully right at the right temperature. Now, something that I'm going to do with this bread here is I'm going to make it a little extra special, and I'm going to drizzle a little bit of honey on the top of it. Lightly coat it just so it has a little bit of that sweetness. And remember, there is honey throughout the bread as well, so it should just carry that flavor through. And again, you can do as much or as little of this as you want. It's totally personal preference. In this bowl, I have a mixture of sesame seeds and sunflower seeds because I like that combination on breads. But again, if you're picky with your bread and you don't want any nuts on your bread, then don't put them on. And if you want to do a different combination, if you want walnuts or hazelnuts, whatever you like can be your own creation. We are ready to put this in the oven. Now you're going to bake this for 35 minutes. Or until it's golden brown. And if it starts to brown up too quickly, just keep checking on it, and you can always put a sheet of tin foil over top to help that from happening. So it has been exactly a half an hour and the bread is looking perfect. So I'm going to take it out of the oven now and I will let it cool on a wire rack. as you can see, it has a nice golden brown color. And we want to remove it from this pan. Unlike Katie Brown's video, I don't have cats on my spatula, but that's okay. They're red and they match all of the other red things in this kitchen. We just want to loosen this a little bit. Now, if you remember, we did grease our pan, so it should slide out of there fine, but I think maybe a little bit of that honey that I put in there is helping it stick. Yeah, that was good though. I think that honey was a good call. Sugar of any form is always a good call. Right, so we'll put these off to the side. Look at that. And we'll let them sit for a good 10 minutes and then we can slice them up and serve. So we have let our bread cool on this nice wire rack. Now we can set that aside with that honey. Bring in the cutting board. And let's have a look at what this beautiful honey milk bread looks like inside. It is so fresh. That is going to be delicious. Now, this creation is not complete until it has a name. So since I used milk from my Jersey cow, Ella, and some fresh local raw honey, I think it's only appropriate to name it Jersey Milk and Honey Bread. I hope all of you had fun watching this video, and I hope it inspires you to go out and bake some fresh bread of your own. Let's see your pictures and videos if you like, and of course, the names of your creation. Thanks so much, everyone. I had a great time, and now I can't wait to sit down with some of this fresh bread and my fresh Jersey butter and enjoy. Take care.